Peabnut. Peabnut, obviously, Carolina superstar.
That's Mr. Carolina.
Yeah, he's literally Mr. Carolina. SC loves him. NC loves him.
Who doesn't love
Everyone
Peabnut,
loves
though?
him.
Like,
Yeah, he's the protagonist.
Yeah, just being completely real. Like, it's not just a Carolinas thing. That is, everybody loves Peabnut, but Pharaoh might not love him too much right now. He wants him dead, out of the bracket, or at least in loser's side.
Yeah, Pharaoh actually won the last time they played, according to the data. They played at the Patchwork pre-local. And yeah, this is Pharaoh's second time in the Carolinas.
Yeah, speaking of like carpools, the Georgia carpools kind of exploded, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the Tri-State carpools definitely should. Yeah, and he knows how to die. That's okay. He's not going to die yet. Has to be very careful off that left side there, as Peep gets a really good scoop with up smash. But one of the biggest tools for Peabnut in this matchup is Lemon, because unlike against most other characters where Lemon is just like a minor annoyance, it's life and death for Yoshi. If it steals his jump, it's over.
Oh, is that how that works? He doesn't like he doesn't have like the jump armor through the Lemon?
He does, but you have to use the jump. And so like if you're deep off stage, like all the way off on the left, and he's jumping at you with Nair, you might die unless you jump, and then you're dealing with like a well-positioned Peabnut.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'm sure Mega Man Fair is probably something that can,
Fair and
especially at
Bear
higher percents, it'll super duper break the jump. Yeah, I mean, Peabnut's kind of starting this game with a pretty big lead, and it can be really hard fighting Peabnut when he has a lead and he just starts nickel and diming you from 0 to 100, and he's still at 140.
Yeah, my one and only set against Peabnut, I got circle camped for like 17 minutes, and that was it. I couldn't do anything about it because he got an early combo, he got a lead like he's got right now, a super jump punch from him, going to put Pharaoh down onto final stock for this game. And one thing that I would love to point out about Christian Peabnut that I think we all know, but maybe the VGBC audience doesn't quite as well, is like how much of a student of the game he is.
Oh my god, if you ever come to a tournament that Peabnut's at and you just kind of watch him, which I've done many times.
Yeah.
He, like, between sets, he's always watching ball. Like,
he's studying constantly.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fact that Pharaoh beat him at that Patchwork pre-local, I think is to Pharaoh's detriment. Because if this was their first set, he'd be doing better. But because Peabnut had data to study, because this is their second set, game one's a 3-star.
Yeah, I can guarantee you before the set, he was just sitting in the corner watching their set. Because I'm pretty confident it was on stream.
There was a tournament that I was at I think it was at also NCSU. I think it was Just Roll With It. And it was the wildest thing that I've ever seen. In between games of his set, like actively in a set, Peabnut had a second Switch next to him in handheld mode and was labbing between games.
Is that even allowed?
I don't know. But, like, who has a rule for that?
We got to get the TOs on this.
You are the TOs.
Not me. I'm not making that decision.
Because it was literally like he would finish a game.
Yeah, and
then he would pick up a different controller.
Yeah,
he had a second
He started
controller.
doing bans, then he just grabs the second controller and then just grinding
Literally, he was
whatever.
like, yeah, I banned PS2 Battlefield, Small Battlefield, while he was labbing stuff.
Yeah, whatever Mega Man combo he needs to grind.
It's like such a fascinating perspective and like love for the game that Christian has.
Yeah, I mean, we all know, like, you know, Peabnut has those like highlight combos, but honestly, a lot of the time when he's winning, it's not the highlight combos, he's just playing neutral.
He's just outplaying you for a long period of time.
But Peabnut almost never misinputs, which is a very, very, very good way to increase your win rate. He's also...
Wish that was me.
Yeah, he's also very good under nerves. You know, just obviously he's a top 50 player, so if you're a top 50 player, it's kind of built in to a certain degree. Like, you know, your experience with the nerves, all of your bread and butters, you can do them with your eyes closed.
Interesting. The stage pick here, Peabnut left Battlefield open, so we're going to get Yoshi Battlefield. But obviously, Mega Man is fine here.
Yeah, I think Peabnut actually quite likes the stage, but
I feel like taking Yoshi or letting Yoshi take you to tri-plat.
Yeah, it's scary because he can definitely take you off the top.
Also, Yoshi's Island music playing too. This is incredibly scary.
Music counter picks are awesome, especially a nice whimsical character like Yoshi, where the music can. I think they're both listening to game audio. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they both got it, so they're stuck with whatever we pick.
Yeah. So the game starting, Peabnut gets a little bit of an early lead, but at these percents it really just doesn't matter because Yoshi can start a lot of combos that will take you from like 20 to 60 or 70 with up air chains, or, you know, getting you to the corner and then starting the really amazing ledge trapping that Yoshi has. But if you can't get the initial hit and you're just stuck in the corner yourself against Mega Man, it can be really hard to break your way back into the center stage. But he manages to do though. Oh, the Zair breaks him out of the combo.
And I feel like that's such an all-encompassing thing about Mega Man versus any character. By the way, Peabnut is incredible at recatching Metal Blade.
Oh, yeah.
He never lets you use it against him, even if you catch it.
He's going to crouch and press A the moment's about to...
Wow, Nair?
That, I don't know if that was supposed to kill.
That was not supposed to, but it did anyway.
Yeah.
But like the all-encompassing thing that I was talking about before Peabnut popped the heck off and killed Pharaoh is that the more space you cede in any aspect of the game, you're never getting it back.
Yeah.
You give up stage control, you're not getting it back unless Mega Man makes a mistake, and we just talked about that Peabnut makes very few mistakes.
Yeah. Exactly.
You just have to not let him do it in the first place, and man, is that hard. We see right there, Pharaoh, by a tiny, tiny inch, missing out on that up air kill confirm off the up tilt, and because of that, Peabnut's going to do at least 40% more damage, maybe more.
Ooh, the down air was actually really disruptive. All right, this is that kind of game state where the battlefield pick doesn't feel too bad for Mega Man when he's actually you're really high in the ceiling and he's able to start up airing. But as I'm talking about that, Pharaoh gets a back air kill. Good opportunity to reset, maybe get a bread and butter like we were talking about. Yoshi's so good at those.
Especially at low percents.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I'll still stand by the fact that I think the stage is much better for Yoshi than it is for Mega Man.
Oh,
but Peabnut is just in every aspect of the game.
No
Shutting
jump.
Pharaoh down, like I said, that's where that pellet came into effect.
Yeah.
It forced Pharaoh to jump, put him in a bad spot, and then Peabnut body blocked him, got in the way with that back air, closed out the stock. It's so difficult to recover here.
Yeah, I can definitely see exactly what you're talking about with the pellet making that very difficult for him. Pharaoh gets some of the first strings, it feels like, in the entire game. It really doesn't feel like when he's getting that opening, it's doing, much damage, which that's kind of what Yoshi wants to do, right?
Yoshi wants to open you up with like 5-6 piece combos where he's like reading your drift, and Peabnut is not readable in those situations. He's making it so difficult, mixing Pharaoh so hard with aerial drift, with like counter hit opportunities. Pharaoh finally gets back up on the stage with the double jump armor Nair, and great call out on the get up option too, but still not enough to take this stock at 146. Pharaoh really needs this, and pops him up with Bear 1.
Landing back air confirms into so many things. I saw earlier today, hit landing back air and F smash and killed him 60.
And it's also like it's a skill test thing for the Yoshi, because they have to react to what happens from the Bear, because you either get the drag down hit and you have to like F smash, down smash, or you get the pop up and you have to up air. And so it's definitely like a quick reaction time test, but every good Yoshi is going to hit that every single time.
They've hit falling back air a million times, so that's one of those things. At some point, it's like pure muscle memory. The side B getting 2 hits. Interesting.
I think that might have been disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been, but side B is one of those weird
It sometimes works. You're dead
gotta
here.
Be dead.
Oh,
Peabnut, he parried the up B, and I think he might have messed up his timing.
Yeah, he actually wanted the non-parry shield drop, and you're still dead. Wow.
That was tough. The down air was a really interesting option, because I think it might have mixed his DI up and just straight up killed it, but Peabnut falls out of it and just kind of hits him in the lag with back air, and Pharaoh is such high percent that it explodes him off the corner. And now Peabnut is up 2-0.
But Game 1 was a 3-stock, Game 2 was actually a lot closer, so the adaptations are coming through.
Well, it was still a 2-stock, right?
No, he was on last stock.
Oh, it was a 1-stock. So we had 3-1, so now we're going to be -1. Pharaoh's going to win this one.
You are like a math student, so I'll give you that. I'm not going to fight you on it. But
all right, back to Battlefield. Pharaoh doesn't think that stage was one of the problems.
No,
totally justifiable.
It was working in the situations that it was. Footstool Leaf Shield is a good starter for Peabnut. I'm always shocked when he does weird stuff.
Yeah, Leaf Shield, that's one of those moves where against really bad players,
Leaf Shield pisses me off.
It's really good.
So I know you're exactly.
There's like a mid-level where it's like, I learned the Leaf Shield counterplay, and then you fight Peabnut. There's makes you feel like a scrub again.
A bell curve to it for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm also
definitely a bell curve.
I just am a scrub, so I'm bad against the normal Leaf Shield stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the up tilt beating the Leaf Shield. That's like when it feels like the scrub move.
Peabnut's jump usage out of disadvantage is very interesting, because it feels like sometimes he jumps at the wrong moment, but Pharaoh is so heavily expecting Peabnut to jump at the right moment that he's disengaging his combo to land and try and shark him, and then Peabnut jumps where he quote-unquote shouldn't, and then it works because Pharaoh thinks he won't.
Right. And Mega Man is a character you can be so creative and disadvantaged, but you have to be.
You have insane drift,
he's
insane control.
Extremely
You're dead.
exploitable if you're not ready to,
You still are dead. Oh, no, never mind. Great DI from Pharaoh.
Okay.
Triple egg, third one doesn't hit. He's going to pop up, but Peabnut that's just far enough away.
Yeah, DI was perfect on that. And he manages to not get caught by the up air. Oh, I think Pharaoh was ready for the roll, but it doesn't matter. He got him with the fair anyway. And, you know, a first lead for Pharaoh, entire set. And
quickly taken away. We're back to even.
Opportunity for the second lead in the entire set. He gets Sylvan.
But I do think that it is still like mentally huge for you as he does fall behind.
Yeah.
No lead,
I've been there a million times where you just got to get that first stock, and it just makes you like, okay, I can do this.
First blood is.
I mean, he's done it before, so you know.
Definitely true. He 2-0'd Peabnut in their one previous set, but Peabnut is currently chasing him all over Battlefield.
Yeah, it looked like a jab lock, but then he just instantly rolled to 11. Peabnut was ready to cover that with the leaf shield anyway.
His like we were singing the praises of Peabnut a little bit ago, and the one thing that we didn't mention is his reaction time. It's incredibly on point too. He does not miss like in those tech chase situations. He's very ready to follow every option. He's following every drift option here too, but Pharaoh is able to just get in with the neutral B.
I think that was like his first time doing that. A great mix-up. He needed that because that specific situation, it feels like he's been dying.
Defensive decision-making from Peabnut still very on point, though, to hold straight out and get away from what could have been a jab reset F smash. He instead gets to go to ledge and reset fully. Pharaoh comes back on, the Crash Bomber detonates.
And it kills that advantage state.
Ooh, dash in, grab. Something that Peabnut actually hasn't been doing. Pharaoh's been getting really comfortable using shield, especially against Leaf Shield. So Peabnut's conditioning him to think that shield is his safe space. And so now if this set continues past this, we're going to see a lot more grab. We're going to see a lot more creative routes back to stage, too.
That Phantom footstool saved his life. I think he misinput the drop down, you know, turnaround, like, wall jump back air thing that he likes to do. I think that's what happened there. And he saved himself by getting the Phantom footstool. Shoutouts to Gimmer. All right, we got back air starting low. Up air out of it. Yeah, that was really smart. Leaf Shield, obviously, as good of a move it is, you know, we were talking about how it can be exploitable. And,
it's weak, so it's not going to do much in those situations.
Yoshi double jumps, he's totally fine.
But again, Yoshi double jump, his biggest resource at all times, and so even the bad thing about Leaf Shield is that it's so committal that you can't then abuse the lack of resource. Unlike with Pellet, where you just throwing out one pellet, he's forced to double jump. He's forced into a really bad situation here, and I think he jumped through it, shaking his head there. An unfortunate ending to a very strong set from both players. Pharaoh was definitely figuring it out as time progressed there, but
Peabnut obviously 3-stock in game 1. I don't even think we talked about it, but he killed him with down smash at like 70 on the last stock game 1. It was crazy.
it was already over by that
point.
Then
this game, it was definitely looking a lot better. The first stock, you got the first stock for the first time, but Peabnut managed to get him into the air and tornado fly up the top. I think my first time getting hit by Mega Man Tornado and dying up the top, because obviously I jumped because I'm bad, or I was bad. I literally thought that was the most broken thing ever.
Yeah, it's such like so much about Mega Man is just a full matchup check, but
yeah, literally.
The more you learn, the more there is to learn too. It just never stops. It's a never-ending bag of tricks.
He's one of those characters where like you figure out the Mega Man at your local, and then you fight like the next Mega Man, like the PR Mega Man. And
or even the other Mega Man.
Yeah, or the other Mega Man, then there's like another 70 bag of tricks. And then you figure those out. And then you fight Peabnut, and there's now 5,000